Hey, this is Ted and Michael with Foxhole Homes. We're going to take you for a quick drive through the new Foxhole property that will become our sustainable community for veterans. As you come into the property, we'll have a donation station set up right now. Man, we've had some really generous donations recently. A whole bunch of flagstone that you can see, which would be great on floors as well, and patios. And we can always use more pallets, so all the pallets you can send our way, we'll take them. As we come on around, the first building that we're actually going to put up, and you can kind of see the permit board. You can kind of see the permit board right over here. And the site for the build will actually be right over here. It will be really similar to Desert Fox 1, but it will not be for habitation. It'll kind of be a storage space and kind of, for lack of a better way to put it, our construction office while we're working on some other stuff. But it'll be similar to our first build and demonstrate all of the Earthship principles inside of it. We'll be building that through the month of July. So if anybody wants to come out and help, we will be camping and working, and y'all come as we go. So yeah, coming. We'll actually start building on the 30th of June. There is a quick little shot of some of the key blueprint pieces as we go, right? As we head down through the property, to my right, next to Desert Fox 2, will be our first test site where we will be working with some tire bales. And then eventually over here on the left, on this other side, on the south side of the property down the edge, we'll have some rental units, kind of Airbnb type things, so that people can come stay and check out what we're doing and actually help support the cause kind of along the way as we go. Kind of our first, over here you can see we've got a bunch of kind of donated materials, a lot of old metal that we're going to be using for some shade structures for a campground for folks, as well as some boards for framing and other metal, a big pile of bottles for making bottle bricks, and then over here on our right we've actually got our first little storage shed. It's just that. It is just a storage shed, a little metal building made out of salvage, primarily out of salvage material and metals. And then right now we are here on Memorial Day, and got my kids working, making bottle bricks over here, so getting stuff done as we go. Composting toilet, you know, when nature calls, you gotta go. So there we are. We'll be doing kind of more robust versions of that for the campground and stuff coming up, so that our long-term volunteers will have a place to stay. And then here to our left here, and we're kind of going north at the moment, but toward the center of the property, we will be putting in a campground. It will have kind of shade and wind shelters that'll block the wind from the west and the north, which is the primary winds in the summer and the winter, but then give some shade. It'll have water catchment. We'll have a kind of a robust outdoor kitchen, and won't really have shower facilities, but we'll have stuff set up with you know, shower bags and whatnot that'll run into like a gray water planter for some trees along the way. And then right now we're just kind of over to the north. Here will be for lack of a better way to put it, there'll be maybe some more rentals, but it's kind of cottage industry space for veterans to be able to do work, whether that's cabinetry or metal work, some more industrial greenhouses, things that they can do to stay engaged and work with their hands and do that. And then right ahead of us, pretty quick, we'll have to stop driving because the bush just gets too thick, and running right kind of diagonally across the property is a shallow arroyo, and and that will catch a lot of water during the monsoon seasons, and through that entire arroyo, but primarily starting at the top, we'll be planting a food forest.
Let's go ahead and walk down there.
a food forest as we go. And this last winter, our friend Eric donated several pistachio trees to kind of get us started. This won't be the permanent location of the orchard, but we're actually just growing those now so that we can take cuttings off of them and use those in order to propagate trees for the next piece. But you can see just as we walk right now, compared to the landscape in the other piece, how dense and green it's getting, because we're just down in that arroyo and it's got more groundwater down inside of it. And so that's really encouraging, can really do that. Once stuff is established, it will grow well. And so we're having to water right now to kind of get the tree started, but it's here, and we are on our way. And so right here ahead of me, you can see some of our little pistachio trees that are here in this area that we will be using to take cuttings from and propagate our orchard as we move forward. We're super excited. We've been doing a lot behind the scenes, but stuff is coming together, and we hope to be doing a big push to build in July with Desert Fox 2, kind of our first Earthship inspired building on the site, but also with kind of just a hardened campground that will allow volunteers and veterans who are working toward their long-term home to have a place to stay while they're transitioning and helping others build. Follow us on Facebook, but also you can check us out at foxhole.org. Again, this is Ted and Michael. Hi, Michael, with Foxhole Homes, and y'all make it a great day.